Maybe you've been working in the major label system for the last 10 years, but in the last 2 weeks, you've been given a sign to start that agency that you've always been thinking about. If that's the case, then this video is for you. What we're going to do is show you how to get that agency off the ground in a highly organized, professional way using Airtable. First, the database schema. Organizations, that's your clients. Those are the businesses that you're trying to appeal to. Think of Interscope, Republic, Arista, other places, Epic. These are the record labels that you are going to be providing your services to. Contacts, these are the people who work at those organizations. And you can see one organization, logically, has many contacts. We're going to have an interactions table where one contact could have many interactions. And this is going to allow us to track our sales process and our pipeline with all of our existing relationships and contacts in the industry. We're going to be able to say when we spoke to them, when we DM'd with them, when we texted with them, such that in the future we can go back and see a very organized and detailed list of all of the ways in which we've contacted this person to understand better how to push and how to move that sale through the pipeline. Organizations, once they become clients, will have many opportunities. So let's say, like I said, Epic Records. Let's say Republic Records is your client. You'll then have an opportunity to run a marketing campaign, run publicity, whatever it is, the service you're providing for that client. One client or organization can have many opportunities, and those opportunities over time have attributes like how much they're paying you, whether the thing is done and delivered or not, some type of status. That opportunity will also have one or more invoices because, of course, that is how we are going to make money in this new environment. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up an Airtable base using the free plan. So everything you're about to see can be done for free using Airtable. And I'm going to leverage a new product that they've released in the last 6 weeks called Cobuilder, which allows us to speak this design into existence. If you've watched any of my videos in the past, you've seen me by hand create Airtable bases. This is going to get us, I believe, 75% of the way there with just some spoken word English. So let's get into Airtable. First thing you do is you click Create, and I'm going to say Build an app with AI. Now it's asking you to tell you what's going on. So let's go next, and let's type it in here. So I'm going to say, I want to build an agency serving the music industry. Tables will include organizations where one organization can have many contacts and one contact can have many interactions. I'm going to change this to say the database should look like this. Organizations where the organization can have many contacts and one contact can have many interactions. And then say one organization can also have many opportunities and one opportunity can have many invoices. And I think we got it all. Now let's start talking about some general fields that we want. Here is a list of fields that should exist in each table. So we'll say Organizations should have a single select field called status with two options. We'll call it like prospect and prospect one lost, maybe. Perhaps. Contacts should have a single line text field, should have two single line text fields, one for first name and another for last name. Also, please include a email field. Interactions should have a title, single line text, call it method, single select with options email, text, phone, DM, LinkedIn. A date field. Let's leave it at that for now. And then opportunities should have a title, start date, status, amount, invoices should have a date, amount, and title. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Hit next. That's literally making the app. Remember, I expect this to be 75% good. You get to preview it. Organizations, sure, you've got the name of an organization, the status. It's got the linked records for contacts and opportunities, which is sick. Got a Kanban view I don't necessarily need, but that's okay. We've got contacts, the list of our contacts, perfect. It will have an organization, that will have interactions, amazing. Interactions, yep, let's do it. We'll have all of our interactions listed, all of our opportunities listed. Opportunities dashboard, sick. Invoices and calendar. I mean, this is like already amazing. Of course, there's going to be some nuances to it, but let's create it and see what happens. And let's like use this as our starting point. And sure, like I'm 5 minutes into this video and we just created the thing, but I probably just saved like an hour. Doing this by hand, could take you an hour. And also, if you're new to this, you might not have known exactly what to do. So here you go. You've got yourself most of the way there. So let's say, what do I say here? Edit app. Great. Okay. Before we get into this interface stuff, let's get into the data. So organizations. Yep. There's the name of the organization. They give you dummy information. Amazing. We've got prospect won and lost. Perfect. We've got contacts. Okay, I already don't love how they're doing this. Okay, so first name should not be the primary field. The primary field should be a concatenation of the first and last. So we're going to say that's name, and we're going to say first and last. There we go. So now we know who these people are. We're going to call this first and last. Then we have their email. We have the organization that they're assigned to, and we have interactions that we took with them. I don't love how these interactions are being Yeah, they're having trouble with primary fields, but that's okay. Maybe I needed to prompt that. I'll do that next time. So title of the, this is going to be another concatenation of the title and maybe just like the date or something, and the contact. There we go. And the date, so we'll do date time format, the date, and we'll use like a easy format like an MDYYYY or something like that. Let's close out. Let's close out. See how that looks. Perfect. Opportunities. Again, primary fields are not good. So let's go title. This is going to be name. Same thing. We'll just go organization and date time format just for this one. Date time format, start date, MDYYYY. And close it out. All right. Invoices has a title. Man, these primary fields are killing me. Name, and this is going to be the opportunity and the date again. Okay, I mean, look, I think we got it, like it going on right now. So now let's go into the interface. Don't need the tour. And here we go. We got our organizations. You have an add a new organization button. Let's see what that form looks like. The name, status, contacts, opportunities. I wouldn't want to list any contacts or opportunities right off the bat when I'm throwing something in, but you definitely want name and status, both required. And then we'll have the status default to prospect, just because everyone's a prospect, right? So now you can come in here, and we'll do it later. Okay, status, boom, 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 contacts, opportunities. I don't love this, but I do not mind having a status there. Cool. Organizations Kanban, fine. Yeah, if you're ever here, you can just kind of like move something across and say, oh, like we won that, boom. We're good. And then contacts. Let's fix these fields. So we've got name. We don't need the last name in there. So let's get rid of that last name. And we've got interactions will not live here. But I am going to say, show me the date of the last interaction. Date of last interaction. And that will be a roll-up field of the interactions table of that date field where the operator is max values. So now we're able to look through from the contacts table and see when our last interaction was. Boom, and it tells you. And then we could probably sort by where date roll up from interactions is I don't know, the latest maybe. So the most recent people we're talking to are all at the top, maybe, sure. And then let's do like a detail screen for this. So we've got the last, we certainly need the first in there to the extent you need to change that, make it editable, email, information about the organization that can be clicked into. Sure. And then here is where we're going to do another group for the interactions. Now the interactions will be a list. So you bring that group in here, you title it interactions, and then you make this a list, and the interaction list doesn't need the name, but it needs the title. Gotta fix that. It says title copy still. And then date, and then method. I think method should be type. My vocabulary escaped me when I was making this. Okay. Love it. Love it. So you're talking to these contacts. Amazing. Contacts have all these attributes. Great. Now we need an add contact button. So we'll add records through form. We'll add interaction button. Interaction will know who the contact is because you're creating it in that detail screen. So you just need to put a title of it, select a type and a date, and the date will default to the current date. And the type will, I don't know, you can just decide your own. So we'll call this add interaction. Boom. And I will demo that for you in a bit. Let's demo it right now while we're here. So all of a sudden I had a discussion with Harmony Cord. We met for coffee. She seems to be interested and is going to speak with her team about it. And then you say, ironically, I didn't have an option in here for like a physical meeting. So here's how to change that for yourself. You come in here, those types, edits, and then add like in person or something like that. And now if we make this editable, edit records in line, then we can change that to in person. And then I want to be able to click into record details, and I can see all the things about this. The title can change, the date could change, the LinkedIn could change, the contact could change. We'll make that a pill, and we'll say link on link. And then I'm going to add a field called notes to the extent that you want to be able to keep notes about this interaction longer than just maybe a single line text title with rich formatting. So now you can come in here and say action items include A, B, C. Okay. Interactions. Now this is showing you all the interactions. I love it. Let's just sort it by maybe date, latest to earliest. So if anybody ever wanted to see, well, what are all the things I did today? Like, what did I accomplish today? Who are all the people I spoke to? You can just see them now in a list without having to go into each contact to see it. So now you see the title, maybe, the title, boom, the type, the date, the contact, and you can just customize this infinitely for yourself. Opportunities. Let's remember opportunities is a child of organizations. So we don't need the name, but we do need the title of the opportunity, the organization of the opportunity, the status, the amount, the start date, and that. And then we've got an opportunities dashboard, which is cool. I'm not going to touch this. This is infinitely customizable as well, but the tools inside this dashboard screen are like so sick that you'll have a lot of fun once you get some data in there visualizing how well you're doing or the types of work you're doing throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month. And then invoices. Sure. Let's say add invoice. We want to add an invoice. So we want to add the title of the invoice. You know what? I don't want to be able to add an invoice from this screen. I only want to be able to add an invoice from the opportunities page. So this will just be where like I look at the invoices and I can kind of say like whether it's outstanding or not. So the invoice should have like a status field that says in progress, submitted, paid. So let's put the title up there, the opportunity, the amount, the date, the status. Let's put some statuses in here. And then we are almost done. And we are going to be ready for success. Let's sort this by maybe the date. And then get rid of group, get rid of print. But let's use this element here. And we'll make tabs, and this first tab will be called like in progress. And that's just going to be where status is in progress. And then the next one will be submitted. Status is submitted. And then the next one will be paid. Paid. Boom. Invoices calendar. I'm not mad at that. I don't love that. I don't use that myself. So let's publish all these. Boom. Publish them all. Let's give this a quick run through. Let's see what happens. Maybe we're missing something. Organizations has a detail screen. Organizations has contacts. Love it. We have a list of all the contacts in the organization. Contacts have interactions. So if I ever wanted to click into one of these contacts, I would make this a list also. If I ever wanted to click into one of these contacts, now I can have that full detail screen with the interactions. We don't have a detail screen for that yet. See, this is one problem. These are all created inside of a different interface. So the detail screen from the contacts that we created inside the contacts table is not carrying over. There is a way around this. So you click into the detail screen, you say copy from another layout. So let's copy from this one. Let's see if this just gets us what we want. And boom, yeah, boom. Got what we want right away. Add interaction button. We need to okay, cool. Not the greatest form, but we're going to power through. Contacts. Love it. Got your interactions. List of all your interactions. It's just opportunities. And then in the opportunities is where we want to create the invoice. And then we're done for now. Invoice has an amount, a date, a status, title. Cool. And then the form looks like what? Form looks like title, sure, amount. This should be a currency field. Let's make sure. Perfect. AI did a good job there. Date, opportunity. It will know the opportunity, and the status will default to in progress. And then we can just add invoices as we go. Now, of course, invoices might have many line items, but we will not cover that in this case. What we would potentially add another table down here called line items or something like that, because you could be invoicing for more than one thing, depending on the type of service you're providing. So publish this, boom, and here you go. Boom. You are set up as an agency. Now you just got to start reaching out to people and making it happen for yourself. Let me know if this is interesting to you. Let me know in the comments. I could expand this series. I could show you how to automate invoices. I could show you some other fancy things to use when tracking interactions and various alert systems and other things. But this is a really good starting point, and I hope you appreciate that we were able to get here in a very short amount of time. Good luck. Let me know how I can continue to help you on this journey. Thank you.